Hello, how are you? I am throwing the garbage away and singing about today. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Paul. I am on my way to go walking, and you might be like, why are you driving a car to go walking when you could just go walking right out the front door around the campground? Well, I want to start getting out and being away from this place a little bit. And it is a rainy day. It literally a rainy day, which I love. I've been living for it. It's 1:30 right now, and I have literally been inside watching what's that, Mindhunter, I Am a Killer. I uploaded a bunch of different videos this morning. Matt has a day off, and we cooked a big thing of scrambled eggs. That's like random. We cooked a big thing of scrambled eggs. But we did. And ate breakfast, and then I took a little nap, and then I was like, I have to get out and go walk, be in nature, something. I have literally, these last few years that, I've been with Matt. I was trying to find a nicer way to say it, but it's just what it is. I have slacked off on working out and doing stuff. So, I know some of that's kind of the norm, you know what I mean? Like, you get with somebody and you kind of let go of that a little bit or whatever. But for me, working out is such it's like taking an antidepressant. And so now, that I'm getting older and stuff like that, not that I consider myself old, but I'm just not 20, not doing stuff affects my health. And so, recently the doctor, they're basically like, yeah, you need to lose some weight, and that's literally going to probably fix a lot of my problems, like some heart issues that I'm having, depression, stuff like that. So, and usually, I love going walking. When Matt and I first met, we would go on hour-long hikes and stuff, but we just don't do that anymore. And it's one of those things where I have to sit here and say, okay, for myself, I'm going to go do that. And I watched, when I was growing up, prefacing this so I don't forget where I'm going with this conversation, I would watch my mom and my dad's relationship. And so, for example, we would go to Busch Gardens was a place we went, but my dad never went with us. He would stay home, and Mom would take me. And honestly, I really didn't, I wanted him to go, but I also didn't want him to go because then we would have to deal with him, if that makes sense. And I don't know any other way to say that, but my mom told me this later in life where she was like, you know what, I used to not do things because your father wouldn't do them with her or us, and she's like, I finally had to make that decision to say, you know what, I'm just gonna go out and do this stuff. If he doesn't want to do it, then his loss. And that's what she started doing. And so we would go to Busch Gardens and we would do these things without my dad. And I feel like I'm kind of the same way with Matt, in a sense of being okay, Paul, if Matt's not going to go walking or whatever because he just doesn't want to do that anymore, you can go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's this weird little thing. So I'm getting back into that now. And because I absolutely love walking, I love being outdoors. And actually, honestly, I like kind of doing stuff like that on my own. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to Amazon Music and kind of, just zone out. Hold on. And this traffic's going to take forever, so I'm just going to go right around here. Yes, there we go. And you know what I mean? And it's very meditative to me. So there's a park down here that you can go. I'm going to go park and not walk on the beach, but walk on kind of the sidewalk near the beach, in a neighborhood away from the beach. And it's just something different. Getting outside of that comfort zone, seeing something different. I am a creature of habit, but I also don't do well with a habit, if that makes sense. I have to get out of that to wake my senses up. So there's that. And so, with the channel on YouTube, Reporting Live from My Sofa, I kind of went dove head first in. I've had that channel now going on about 6 months, I think. 6 months. January 30th is when it started. It's in the middle of August. So February, March, April, May, June, July, 6.5 months. And let's say the last 2 weeks, a little bit more than that because I literally just have gone nonstop. And it feels different now. Something about it feels very different. And so I'm just taking a step back from it and saying, what's up with this? Because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun. Yeah, I would love to make a living off of doing that stuff, but in order for that to happen, I have to be into it. You know what I mean? And something about it has just made me not into it. So, like, and I've talked to several of you personally, and it really helped because I don't realize what I'm doing in the way of like, Paul, you're burnt out on something, you need to walk away from it and take a break. And so that's kind of what I did. I just slimmed things back some. So like, I said, you know what, I'm not into the Boyd trial, I'm not going to cover it. You know what I mean? And being okay with that, and that helped. Honestly, this book we're doing, the Green River book, I'm not into it, and nobody else seems to be. I'm probably going to end that, because I'm just like, nobody's into it. Like, so why do it? You know what I'm saying? When everybody else is into the book club that we do on Patreon, Devil's Knot. So I'm kind of taking a step back and be like, you know what, Paul, if this is going to be something that I do, and it has to be what I'm into. So I'm going to start changing that way I'm going about things around a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. And I'll be consulting with everybody there, so everybody on the squad. But I had this idea as I was throwing the garbage away. I had this idea, and I was like, you know what, Paul? Please hold. Let me take a sip of water. Because there's other subjects that I am completely interested in, and I don't really do anything about them because of the algorithms on YouTube. It's not going to do anything, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to, for example, if I sit here and do a video on Eugenia Cooney, which I am so fascinated by her story on many levels, okay, great, but it doesn't really, you know what I'm saying, like a one-off or whatever, but to like follow her thing, I'm like, no, Paul, don't put that on because I'm a true crime channel. Like, people don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Reporting Live is. So, that being said, I'm like, well, Paul, just start another channel, and that's fun. It doesn't have to be a huge production, and that's one thing I love about Patreon is, I can sit there and make these diaries and stuff like this and kind of do whatever, and you don't have to worry. The one thing with YouTube that's going on is the fact that YouTube demonetizes almost everything I do. There's some things that don't get demonetized, but for the most part, it demonetizes just about everything I do, and that's fine. Well, I shouldn't say that. Long term, it's not fine because it will eventually. It's kind of pivoting me to be like, okay, I can't. I have to make money somehow. And so, right now I'm honestly probably getting ready to go get a job because I just need to get out of the house. I need to, and this isn't in any way intended to be like a video about, oh God, I need money demonetization. It's not that at all. These are just my random thoughts. But, I'm like, I need to get out of the house. I need to get away with them at campground. The true crime stuff, it's just, it's not popping for me. It's a personal interest though, so that's where I'm like, no, I'm not gonna ever just totally stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things where I have to be realistic, and I'm like, the amount of time and energy I'm gonna put into it is going to be somewhat limited. Like, I can't sit here and follow a case for 8 hours a day and make videos and stuff for free. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's fun and I would love to do that, it's just something I can't do. So that being said, I was like, okay, Paul, have other channels. Like, this video right here is probably going to be my first one on the public, kind of like vloggy channel that I do. Because I love coming on here and doing these videos like this. And right now I put them on Patreon. And I still will have some of the stuff like this on Patreon. But I'm thinking of doing kind of like another channel like this of just, and it won't always be me in the car, but just more like, I call it random thoughts. So I was thinking of this title, and by the time y'all see this, it might be on this channel name. I don't know, but I was going to call it Paul's Peculiar Ponderings. And because I could literally, if y'all knew like the stuff that I come and think about all throughout the day, and it's like, well, make a video and have a conversation about it, Paul. A lot of it, that's where the true crime stuff came from, is because of my obsession with that. And so now it's like, okay, that's established. I have like a crowd that I like to hang out with, y'all. And chat about or whatever. And so I'm almost like, okay, done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's almost satisfied that itch for that. I'm just like, okay, cool, that's established. Let's keep going. I love our community. I have a blast hearing y'all's opinions, you know, all the stuff that we do. I might not get to respond to everything, but I'm always lurking there reading the stuff, trust me. So I'm like totally reading it and totally into it if I'm not actively conversating with y'all. So, you know, but now I'm like, okay, I also want to do this or that. So that's where I'm like trying to step back and be like, well, wait, Paul, you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to have like another channel. Like, you know, what if I had a channel dedicated to just stuff like this, like these random thoughts? So that's what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna work on that later. Now here we are. Yes. So anyways, I just wanted to come on and talk about that. So we'll see how that goes. And again, I love our community, y'all. I mean, we are so blessed that we have all found each other, because everyone is so nice and we all get along so wonderfully. And even though like a lot of us might have different opinions about different things, everyone's just respectful of it. And that's so important to me, because I feel like that's what makes the world go round. Because I wouldn't want to live in a world where everything is the same and everybody thinks the same and yada, yada, yada. I mean, like, that would be boring to me. So I also don't want to live in a world where we all have our differences like we do, but everybody's really nasty and vile about it. I don't want to live in that world either. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like the Sofa Squad is like this nice little family of people that, you know, even if we think differently, everyone knows how to deal with each other and get along. And I think it's awesome. So I'm going to be looking into the little vloggy thing and see how that goes. And that's that. So I'm getting ready to park and go for my Zoloft walk. My walk's sponsored by Zoloft. A walk a day keeps the Zoloft away. That's how I always used to like to say it. I mean, honestly, these walks are like an antidepressant for me. I do take antidepressants. I'll talk about that at another point. Most of you already know that. It's something that I'm embarrassed of or whatever. And I don't believe that there should be stigma surrounded by that. But these walks are so therapeutic. Oh my God, y'all. So anyways, I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you. Bye.